Good morning. Happy Sunday. I have a question for all you flat tards out there. How does sunlight hit the bottom of clouds? How does sunlight, if your sun is a ball in the sky, how does sunlight hit the bottom of clouds? I can't wait to hear the response to that. I suppose it'll be just as exciting and grounded in physics as how does the sun rise up from below the horizon every morning on a flat earth. Questions that we need answers to. They're doing their best to wrap me up this morning. My dogs are actually flat earthers. They also don't understand how a world can be a sphere. Speaking of stupid, I watched a Granite State video this morning. She had a real problem with somebody at the post office, and that's why we should film, because stupid people can't manage to get and keep post office boxes. I don't know, thousands of people have post office boxes. I mean, it's not rocket science to have a post office box. They gave her a month to correct the issue, and it apparently took her most of that month. And in the meantime, her post office box was canceled. But somehow it's because somebody has it out against her. And who could have it out for the lovely and charming and completely not annoying Dairy Queen? Who, I ask you? It is inconceivable. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. But on to more worthwhile topics. Teresa desperately wanted me to talk about beaver in the morning Ramblin' while Amblin'. So beaver is a colloquialism for a county in Oklahoma. I know where you thought I was going. Get your minds out of the gutter. So what's going to happen on Monday? I'm going to tell you what. You're going to have 3 to 4 retards. You're going to have Picture Perfect. You're going to have News Now OKC. Maybe, what's that dumbass's name? That Not Now, Maybe Later. That guy's a fucking gem. You can have a very small collection of upstanding and fine citizens rolling into that small community of rednecks who I'm sure are going to welcome the retards with open arms. It's going to be beautiful. You know that this was organized by a bunch of retards because it was set for a Monday very shortly after the arrest, before any information really came out. And of course they had to do that because when the information comes out, it probably won't be nearly as damning as the auditards hope it will be. So they have to ride the outrage wave before the facts come out. That's what the news media does. That's what the auditards are going to do. However, they probably should have set it for next Saturday. That would have given everybody time to get there. The people who actually have jobs would be able to show up. Although I guess for in the pizza delivery business, Saturday is your money day, so I can understand why News Now OKC would choose a slow day of the week, which is less likely to garner him tips. And I absolutely want to thank News Now OKC for having a job. I think that is laudable in the auditing community. I don't have an issue with him being a pizza delivery driver. I just want to point out that he is not a legal expert. I am happy that he has a job. I am not disparaging his job. I've had friends who've done pizza delivery. Honestly, I could never have done pizza delivery back in my youth because I never had a car that was reliable enough. So there you go. You're one up on me. So D-Cup Jones did an 8-minute sales pitch trying to solicit funds without expressly saying he was soliciting funds. That was awkward. He wants to go to Beaver County, and he He couldn't get out of the deputy. I just want to point this out. He couldn't get out of the deputy. Why Bobby Hill was arrested. This is the man who you guys think is going to be the liaison between the police and the auditors. He is not. He is universally reviled in the law enforcement community. So I don't suspect that he will do you any good. Then you have, there's a stream that James Freeman did last night. I'm going to guess it was last night. And in that, he notes very, good morning. He notes very astutely that he hasn't seen the bond conditions in writing. You know, the bond conditions that everybody is out there trying to hammer out. Oh, look, as part of the bond condition, Bobby Hill has to contact all the other auditors to have them stop or have them plead for you to stop phoning in. Now, why is this? Why do you think this little bit of misinformation is running around out there? Of course, Freeman couldn't actually, I mean, he knew his little bullshit detector went off, but he couldn't stand it. You know, he can't believe for a minute that known liars would lie to him. So it simply absolutely must be a bond condition. And so then he went on to say how the government was stupid. Okay. But let's step back here and let's think about why this might have happened. Now, none of the super geniuses out there have convinced me that it's a bond condition, and I'm going to tell you why. It is way too convenient for the auditards. And Earl, while he's not a super genius, he's not stupid. Jack, while he's not a super genius, he's not stupid. And between the two of them, I mean, if they each donate a synapse, you know, they could maybe rub them together. Oh, that was a disgusting thought. But between the two of them, they could probably hatch a plan like this, where it makes the listener feel like they are contributing. That's important. You have to be part of it. If you're part of it, you're invested. If you're invested, if you're contributing, you're making a difference. You know, it's your calls that got him out. It's your calls that got him out, guys. It wasn't that he was bonded out. No. It was your calls. You guys made a difference, which means I'm making a difference. So keep sending me money. Keep watching my videos because I need you to call in. This isn't about the money, guys. I swear. It's not about the money. I just need you to call in. Call floods are ineffective. They do not work. You are not going to get a hold of the person you want to get a hold of. Freeman thinks that, oh, if they only put out a press release, you know, then we wouldn't need to do this. I hate to tell you this, turd wipe, but they haven't done an investigation yet. I have a sneaking suspicion that they don't know what the hell's going on yet. They have probably an affidavit from the arresting officer. They probably have an affidavit from the guy who was with him. They may have an affidavit from the person who called it in. It's probably sitting in the inbox on some, I don't know, some junior district attorney somewhere, or maybe it's in the head district attorney's office for him to divvy up. Who knows? But it probably hasn't been seen by an attorney yet, by a prosecutor. They probably don't know what the hell's going on with it yet. They probably aren't going to comment on it because it's probably an ongoing investigation. They're going to review the footage of Patrick. They're going to review any dash cam footage. They're going to review any call logs. They're going to do all these reviews. They're going to see what's up. And then the prosecutor is going to decide what he's rolling with. That's my assumption. I could be wrong because he did bond out, and I don't know how their system works out there. So maybe he already had a hearing in front of the magistrate or something. I don't know. But anyway, my point is they probably don't know a whole lot of what's going on, and it is an ongoing investigation. so they can't really talk about it. And the absurdity of the auditor position, and I'm using the auditor position, that even the slightest mistake by an officer, oh, that's, you know, hang him by the toes. But a greater mistake by an auditor, and he didn't do nothing. You're all so quick to absolve auditors of any wrongdoing and lynch a law enforcement officer, and it's your bias showing. Now, I don't know if Bobby Hill actually did anything illegal. And you don't know. There's a question about private property. There are questions that I have that are unresolved because that video, despite what everybody wants to think, isn't evidence of any conclusory fashion. And unless you are a criminal defense attorney or a prosecuting attorney in Oklahoma, you probably don't know. Because I don't know, and I am an attorney, but I'm not familiar enough with Oklahoma case law to know what exactly it could have been, what the prosecution might be looking at, what the defense should be concerned with. I do know that you can catch a trespassing charge for recreational use of private property, even if there are no signs posted. You can't say that consent is implied because of a lack of signs. So, you know, do with that what you will. It'll be interesting to see the way this shakes out. I've already said this, but I really don't think anybody's going to show up. I think it was ill-timed. They couldn't make it wait because at some point the actual charges are going to come out. At some point people are going to actually start questioning the bond conditions, because you know News Now Bobby Hill got them written on paper. He has a paper copy of them. He was given a paper copy of them. Whether or not he still has them, who knows? But he was given a paper copy of them. So if he wanted to show his bond conditions, he certainly could. He most certainly could, and he's not doing it. So again, I strongly suspect that this is all bullshit to try to drum up the outrage mob, catch more donations, kind of backfill for future activities where they want people to call in and feel like they're doing something, etc. Anyway, that's my beaver talk for you. Sweet tea. Everybody out there also, be nice to Ranger Horse today. He's probably got a hell of a headache. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.